Hi again, how are you gentlemen? I am happy to have you again. This is lesson 3, module 3, lesson C, and the lesson is a friend in need. Do you know this saying, a friend in need? So a friend in need is a friend indeed. A friend in need is the friend that you always look for in case you are in trouble or in case you need help. So this is the real friend. This is what it means. A friend in need is a friend indeed. We have some questions here before we start the lesson for warming up. What are some problems that people your age are concerned about? What problems are you guys concerned about? Are they only silly problems related to maybe internet connections, playing video games or something? Or you have some more complicated problems? Who do you talk to when you have a problem? When you have a problem, who do you talk to? So some people talk to their parents, some people talk to their friends, to their siblings maybe. So it depends on your personality and it depends on your relationship to others. Let's move to the next part of the lesson, or the main part of the lesson. Here we have a reading text, as you see. Read the title and try to guess what the blog here. This is like a blog. A blog is like a page on the internet. It has a topic and there is a discussion on this topic. Everybody gets into the blog and they write their own opinions. So what do you think this blog is about? And then I want you to check your answers after reading. So this is advice blog. It seems like some people give their advice, to someone who is asking a question. So let's have a quick look at the text here. The gentleman here says, I have a problem and I don't know how to deal with it. Every time I have to speak in public, like in front of a lot of people, I just panic, like, worry or something, and can't do it. I do make, so panic is to feel like upset, I do make an effort and prepare the previous day. For example, if it's the school project, I do some online research and take some notes. But when the time comes, I just forget all the words. This is a serious problem. And here he got some advice from Sweetie Speaker. She gave him a piece of advice. I want you to read this, please, and try to figure out what her advice to him is. And after you read Sweetie Speaker's advice, we have another advice. No, this is a reply from the same guy who asked the question. He's replying to Sweetie Speaker. I want you to read the reply as well. And after you read the reply, there is another comment from Jack. Jack gives him another piece of advice. Please read it. And after you read it, we have true or false questions. Number 1, Sweetie Speaker doesn't prepare at all before the school projects. Is this what she said? Let's get like an evidence from the text. She said, I do make an effort and prepare the previous day. So what do you think the answer here is? Sweetie Speaker doesn't prepare at all before the school projects? I guess this is false. Sweetie Speaker finds it hard to talk in front of the whole class. Is that true? All I can see is my classmates' faces looking at me. I feel ridiculous just standing there, not saying anything, and so I often make up an excuse and leave the classroom. So she finds it hard to talk in front of the whole class? I believe it's true. Number 3, Jack thinks the other people haven't got this kind of problem. The other people haven't got this kind of problem. From the text, it's not just you who feels nervous about public speaking. It's a problem that troubles most people, I know. So it's unfair to have, or to blame yourself. So Jack thinks other people haven't got this kind of problem. This is false for sure. Jack thinks that you need more than one day to prepare yourself for a presentation. Also, if I were you, I'd prepare for more than a day. So yes, this one is true. The last one, Jack thinks that most of the time classmates laugh at people who are presenting a project. Finally, remember that your classmates are not there to compete with you or laugh at you when you don't do well. I'm sure they feel exactly like you. So your classmates always are there to support you. They are not there to laugh at you. So Jack thinks that most of the time classmates laugh at people who are presenting. This is false. Okay, now next page, gentlemen. This is grammar lesson. I want you to have a quick look at this tense or this sentence and tell me what you understand from it. If I look at the first sentence first. If Ted had a motorbike, he would ride it to school every day. If Ted had a motorbike, he would ride it to school every day. Now, from the sentence, do you think that Ted has a motorbike? Does he have a motorbike? Or no? What do you think? Let's look at the other sentence and then I will give you the answer. If I lived by the beach, I could go swimming every day. So, from this sentence you understand that I live by the beach. By the beach here is like close to the beach or next to the beach. So I lived by the beach. Is this the actual case or no? Actually, gentlemen, no. The first sentence, if Ted had a motorbike, it means that Ted now doesn't have a motorbike. And the second sentence, if I lived by the beach, means that I don't live by the beach. How did I know that this doesn't reflect the fact? Because look at the tense. If Ted had a motorbike, he would ride it to school every day. If he had, what tense is this? This is past simple. If you use the past simple tense right after if, in an if sentence itself, it means that this is not real. It means that this is just an imaginary situation. There's like something that you suppose it would happen, but it actually not real. It's not the fact. Okay, you just imagine that he has a motorbike, but in fact he doesn't have a motorbike. So it's imaginary situation. Okay, this is not a fact. So this is what we call type 2. If sentence type 2 doesn't reflect facts, it only reflects imaginary situations. So if Ted had a motorbike, he would ride it to school every day. He would ride it if he had a motorbike, but he actually doesn't have. Okay, so type 2, if clauses, is imaginary situations, not real situations. Okay, note, we use if, I, where. In case you have verb be, and the subject is singular like I, he, she, it. We always use was in normal sentences like I was in the school yesterday, he was at the gym, she was at the cafe. So was after I, we, he, I, he, she, it, like singular subjects. But in this case, in type 2, if clauses, and if you have if, don't use I was, don't use he was or she was. It's I were, he were, she were, and this is exceptional. Why again? Because it's an imaginary situation. It's not actually a fact. Okay? So, yeah, if I were you, I can never be you, and you can never be me. You got the point? It's just imaginary. I imagine that I'm in your shoes, so this is not a fact. If I were you, I wouldn't listen to my friends. I wouldn't listen to my friends. Take care. And the second clause in the if sentence, we use would plus a verb in the base form. So would is always there in type 2. Would is always there in type 2. And remember, you can switch them. So you can start this way. I wouldn't listen to my friends if I were you. You can say, he would ride to school every day if he had a motorbike. You got the point? So you can whether start with if clause, and you can also put if clause in the second part of the sentence. Now let's get some exercises about this. Again, I want you to look at this part quickly. If clause, if plus past simple, and the main clause would or could plus base form or infinitive, bare infinitive without to. Now let's look at the exercise. If my best friend shout at me, I feel really bad. If close plus what tense? Do you remember? Present or past tense? Past simple tense. So if my best friend shout or shouted? Shouted, yeah, shouted at me. So if he shouted at me, I feel really bad. I will or would feel really bad. Do you remember will or would? Past tense, and in the second part it is would. So would feel. Now quickly think about the second one. If I be you, be was or were. I normally we use was, but in this case it's, I can hear you, were. So if I were you, I not go to school today. I won't or wouldn't go to school. It is wouldn't. Type 2, don't forget. I try to save money. If here they switched, if close comes next. Okay, so I tried or I would try. It is would try. Save money if I wanted, past simple. My sister would scream if she saw an insect in her bed. Okay, now gentlemen, this is the end of today's lesson. Please open your workbook to take your homework. Your homework is page, I believe it's 100. So please do pages 100 and 101 as homework. Try to practice them, and I'll upload the answers to you later. Thank you, gentlemen. That was the end of today's lesson.